Psychological stories about how, we keep recreating the same scenario because we had this problem with our dad and our subconscious is trying to play it out again and again until we can fix it. It's actually like bull crap. I realized that this morning because I like to think about what's going on more and more from a perspective of the mind and neural networks and just the context cues that our brain works off of and how that changes the way that we interact with the environment. And from that perspective, which in a second is actually going to be way simpler, let me explain to you why life is doing that to you with whatever your recurring issue is that you're having trouble with. So, the way that the brain works, based on my understanding from Robert Sapolsky, who's a really cool primatologist and super smart guy, is that every neuron in our brain is basically like a small piece of context information. If you see a painting, you have like a little neuron that says, one for ballet and one for abstract painting and one for French painters and one for short painters. And when you're trying to remember the name of, this painting you're looking at or who the artist is, all of those neural networks that are connected fire to get to the same piece of information that they're like all a part of. So you can say, oh, I'm thinking about Toulouse-Lautrec because all these pieces of information are related to him, which is why like our vocabulary is based a lot on nouns, which is people, places, and things, which is important pieces of contextual information. You take that and you apply that idea to things like I'm playing out father issues again and again in my life, or I'm playing out the same money issue, whatever it is. What you're going to see is that it's not about your subconscious trying to like make you face and see your problem and fix it. Instead, you end up with a situation where you say, hey, when you meet a new person, your brain's not like, oh, that's my dad, let's go fix the issues. It's like, hey, there's enough contextual points in common with your father or your mother that when I'm interacting with this person, that's the region of my brain that's lighting up. And that's the ideas and the neural networks and the energy and the thoughts that are lighting up because there's so much context in this person or this situation that reminds our brain of the old situation. So it really has nothing to do with us. And it's not the subconscious trying to fix things. It's just a system that's getting triggered. And that's all it is. We just need to take control of slowly changing enough cues in that neural network that we can shift the system so that when we see this person or this situation, our body has a different reaction. Our mind lights up a different neural network so that we can do something different and move forward with our life and not keep repeating this thing again and again and again. So, in a nutshell, this is why psychological stories about, you're just reliving out problems with your mom or your dad are just kind of complete bullcrap. I mean, that's a perspective that we can use, but I find them really limiting. So instead, it's a lot easier to just say, if this situation is happening again and again, it's because I am just one giant systems machine with millions of systems inside of me. And there must be enough context cues in this situation to set off this like waterfall of activity. And I don't want that anymore. So I need to change either the context cues inside myself or the context cues outside of myself so that I can get a different result, the result that I would more desire. And it has nothing to do with you as a person or your ability or your morals or even like your beliefs. It's just like a belief is just a neural network of information that's used to triggering a lot. That's all it is. Um, I really like talking about this kind of stuff. And in real life, I don't know many people who like to talk about this kind of stuff. So I thought I would practice taking it to YouTube so maybe I can connect with other people who like to see things from different perspectives, especially systems perspectives. So if this did anything for you, please drop a comment and let me know so that I can be encouraged with feedback from the outer world to enhance this neural network inside my head that says doing YouTube videos is cool, and then I'll keep making them. But even if you don't, I'm going to keep trying to make them because I'm really interested in cracking YouTube. Anyway, I hope you had fun and I hope you have a great day. Take care.